Ahoy there, Gwent fans, and Merry Christmas. Hope you all are having a phenomenal holiday season. This is my Traps for Santa list. It is a Elven list using Eldane's old ability, the leader ability Deadeye Ambush, to summon lots of Elven Deadeyes who are, at least in my wonky head, revolting against Santa's unfair factory treatment. Listen, you just got to roll with it. But we have a lot of fun with this one because of the new scenario, the Feign Death. So basically the way this works is whenever you play an elf, it advances. It's one of these new scenarios from Merchants of Ophir. And these spawn Elven Deadeyes, which you may have remembered from the Deadeye Ambush, are what Eldane's ability would turn traps into these kind of token elves, right? But the cool thing is you have this amazing enabler in Scoia'tael, which comes down and if you put it melee, can have each of your Elven Deadeyes damage a random enemy by 2. So if you have at least 3 elves down, Elven Deadeyes down, it is better than putting in its ranged row, which spawns 2 Elven Deadeyes to that row. But what this does is, because you can put it ranged and guarantee 11 points, you can kind of pick, okay, which one's actually helping me out more? Is it going to be the melee or is it going to be the ranged row? And put it accordingly. And either way, it's never going to get less than 11 points, which is what makes this card so good. From there, we kind of have your standard affair when it comes to traps. For those of you who aren't aware, the Mahakam Horn is one of the best ones in my opinion because of its ability to come down and kind of bait your opponent into either passing early and then you getting that bonus, or if you're playing at a higher tier, people will be expecting the Mahakam Horn, which means you can take something like your Serpent Trap or you can take your Crushing Trap or whatever and position it like you would position the Mahakam Horn, so between 2 units, and then your opponent might think it's a horn and play an extra card before passing, giving you a little bit of a card advantage. It'll mess with their head a little bit, and that's what makes traps so fun. We have some pretty standard stuff also for the elf packages, so Isengrim, Ailerin, Ciaran, Yavin. We're running Etriel and Muirlega. I don't think they're like entirely necessary, but they're new and they're cool, so I really did want to play them. Obviously, it's kind of like the old Chironex Unicorn where you want to get both of them in your hand before you play one of them. But heck, you know, even if you only get the damage 3, it's still pretty good for, 4 provision or 7 provision unit that has 4 points and damages for 3. That's still on par. From there, we have kind of a base bronze package, which is elf focused. Scoia'tael's Commando I found have been pretty successful for me so far, just as a kind of scaling engine. The only card that will disrupt that is going to be Muirlega, and as I said, you kind of want to really wait for Muirlega to get that value till you have Etriel, so it's always planned, and if you're getting that double value, it's worth turning off your Scoia'tael's Commando. That said, you don't have to run them, nor do you have to run Scoia'tael's Commander. In fact, if you're not freaking out about Scoia'tael's Commander, even as much as I'm not freaking out about it, you can cut the Serpent Trap and put in the Mantis Treant, which will basically poison a unit and then flip into a 6-coster. What's cool is there's even the ability, if you wanted to cut Muirlega and Etriel, you could pop over, reallocate those points somewhere else, maybe into some more, 6s. Elven Scouts are okay, but when we're not running Portal, they could be something else. It doesn't really matter. You could go and put those into something that poisons, like, say, the Forest Whisperers, right? I think those could be actually pretty potent to work alongside the Treant Mantis. You could also just go grab Weeping Willow. So you don't have to play all-out elves in this build. I've just done it for a little bit of flavor and theme. So that is the deck, guys. Traps for Santa. Hope you all are having an incredible holiday season, spending time with friends and family. And when you have time in between all those friends and family, getting some games of Gwent in. I know I will be, so if you like this deck, give it a try. Consider liking the video if you enjoy the game I'm about to attach to the guide. And consider subscribing if you haven't yet. It's one of the best ways to support me as a content creator, and it's absolutely free. Finally, if you guys have any thoughts about this or decks for Gwent that you think would be really fun to play or ideas you have for this deck or others, put them down in the comments below. I always read the comments and I'm happy to take a look. And who knows, if I have the if I can get myself the crafting materials, I might make that deck and play it on the channel. So don't feel shy. Go ahead and post it down there. That's it, guys. Enjoy the game. All right, here we go.
These trees will be your gravestones.
Nice. Okay, let's take a look at this opening hand here. A little bit all over the place. So we've got a couple crushing traps, 2 waylays, Isengrim, Yorvith, Yavin, and an Elven Scout. We'll keep the Elven Scout. It's a nice little lead. We do have the strategic advantage. Let's throw back one of our traps. We'll keep the Council. That's pretty good. We'll keep the Mahakam Horn. We'll keep Waylay. These 2 aren't doing a whole lot for us here. Let's throw back Isengrim, and there we go. Okay. So we just picked up Vernaseal. We probably won't do a whole lot with Vernaseal, but on this round. But yeah, let's see. Okay, if you control only, so either we play Vernaseal's Commando and it starts growing, or we go with the Elven Scout, which will grow eventually. Looks like they're playing Northern Realms, giving charges to things, so we'll just lead with the Elven Scout and go ahead and pass. I mean, I know I'm technically missing a point off the Vernaseal's Commando, but I don't want it to be too easy for them to deal with this. And that's a Mantelette. Oh boy. Gotta watch out for these things. Start handing armor out to everybody. Let's see. I could lock it. Barricade means it has to have armor to actually use that ability, I believe. So what if we went and played like a waylay on it? Or we could... Oh, goodness. I could just lock it and move it, but that's such a crummy lock, you know? I think I have to play Waylay. I don't like it, but I think I have to do it, you know? I've played builds with Mantelette, and it's one of those things, if they leave it alone, the deck just goes off. It's a Wagenberg as well. So they're really in on this armor thing, huh? Okay. Well, it's going to be kind of rough, but we'll go ahead and put this down. And pass. Lyrian Arbalist. Okay, so it is going to get... If they put it here, it's going to get some extra armor there. This will armor this up, this will armor this up. Oh boy, all the armor. Oh, let me get a charge. Oh. Okay, so this is going to go off and damage each of these by 2, which won't actually damage, unfortunately. I could go ahead and waylay the Wagenberg so it stops granting damage, but at this point, we're just kind of not getting much done. You know, I'm almost of the opinion, like, we don't have a whole lot of damage outside of that. Maybe we just do a little bit of live and let live here, and we'll play our commandos down. And I guess we'll buff. We'll buff the commandos. Pass. This will grow. This will flip. This will grow. Technically, we're winning on points here. And yeah, I'm gonna let them do their armor. Bologna. And we're probably going to pass out early because, like, we've got some really good golds in hand that we don't really want to waste on things. Just going to start handing things out to the Arbalist. Sure, sure. So I think at this point we just pass. We make them play one more card, and it's not. We're not happy with this, which is, you know. I mean, we could CRN, excuse me. We could CRN the Centurion Envoy, lock it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's hang in there just a little bit longer. I always have the Mahakam Horn. I can also like Deadeye Ambush and pick up Aileron. Like there are ways to try to win this round, right? If we get 5 elves on the board, you know, and Vernaseal's commando is going to keep growing. We could try to play Vernaseal if we want to turn this Crushing Trap into a commando, or into a Deadeye, excuse me. So like there's options. Ronvid the Incessant. Okay.
For this most beautiful of maidens, I shall fight 100 duels!
Okay. We can Yorvith and grab the Crushing Trap and put it back down, but again, that's not actually dealing any damage. So I think we're on the Mahakam Horn plan, and we'll go ahead and use one of our Deadeyes now.
Death to Old War!
Okay. So we're gonna keep growing. Excuse me. Gonna purify the Envoy. Ooh, that's annoying. So what's neat here is that this will give us another 8 points. So we pass. They're going to have to play one more card, or else we're going to win off of the Mahakam Horn. See if they fall for it. Ooh, they did. Oh, it's always funny when that happens. Somebody hasn't played against traps enough. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you love it. You love to see it, you know? Okay, Pitfall Trap on Yorvith. Not bad. Mirlaga or Mirlega is only good with the other copy. The question is, like, are we happy with all this stuff? Yaven's kind of hard to use here because it's hard to get enough elves out on a short round. That's a Feigned Death, though. Now we kind of wish we had it. Okay. Let's... Okay. Do we want to... Let's see. We're even on cards. We could try to go win this round with Feigned Death. Typically, with Northern Realms, you don't want to go into a long round 3. So what if we just play Feigned Death and just start, you know, making moves? So whenever I play an elf, unfortunately Mirlega is not an elf. We probably should have thrown that back too. But if I keep this in hand and then top deck Etriel, it's pretty good. So we'll play... Do we want to lead Pitfall Trap? I don't... So your opponent plays a card, randomly split damage, equals its provision cost. Yeah. Yeah, I wanna see what leading with Pitfall Trap looks like here. It should kill whatever they establish first. Because I usually don't play the Pitfall Trap first, and then I'm disappointed in it because it doesn't. It used to just kill whatever they played. Immortals.
You fear us.
Well then. Okay, boosted by 2 at the end of your turn, gain another shield. Alright, well, let's play the Feigned Death now. Too bad this didn't. Too bad this doesn't have the trap tag, even though it so clearly is a trap. You know? Oh, they played Siege. Just want to reinforce the trebuchet on your ranged row. So it's not going to do anything to us if we keep everything on the melee row. This will summon 2 more Deadeyes when we play an elf, right? And then a waylay. So let's go with let's Yorvith. Pop back the Pitfall Trap. And then I'm going to sit here for a second like I'm deciding, because I am deciding. They're going to play around the Pitfall Trap one way or the other. But I think we do it anyways. There's a small possibility my opponent may just have never really played much against traps and will think this is a Mahakam Horn again. It's so not. But is that a 4 or a 5? 5. Oh man, that was a pretty effective one. I was hoping this would get pinged by 1 so that I could use Waylay on it, but alas. Let's go ahead and... So I need to play this at least on the second to last card. So like this is probably gonna, it's probably gonna go. So it's gonna go Murlaga. Murlaga. Yeah. And then next turn it'll be Crushing Trap, and then Vernaseal, and then Isengrim. Battering Ram. Move a Battering Ram to the melee row, then damage the highest unit by 3. Okay. Reinforced Ballista. Ah! I mean, I suppose we could Vernaseal now. So they just tapped 2 different ones. Damage the highest enemy unit by 3. So it's going to be Murlaga. Let's see. If I played Vernaseal now... If I play Vernaseal now, I first get to play... Yeah, we just play Vernaseal now, right? No, we... Pitfall Trap. And then... Vernaseal. We get another freaking Elven Deadeye. That's pretty good. And then we get Aileron. I'm hoping they don't have some sort of huge row damaging effect. But this is going quite well. I don't actually have room to put my Crushing Trap, though. Oh, no. My Crushing Trap. And actually, I won't get the Deadeye Ambush second charge off. But honestly, like, that's not so big of a deal. I could manually trigger this. Just damage this guy by 1 or whatever. And that way, I actually might save more points that way. This thing's going to get another shield, so it's no point putting it there anyways. So yeah, I think that's what we end up doing, is we end up going... Crushing Trap, flip, damage 1, transform... Pass, I guess. So this is a bombardment. Split 4 damage randomly between all enemy units. Increased by 1 for each siege engine. Roger that. So it's Isengrim just to buff everything. I mean, I could go like, the issue is like I don't want these guys to end up dying to like 1 damage pings. So I'm losing 1 point off of not doing the crushing trap this turn, but potentially I get 1 more point if they put something else in this row. Or I could just pass. You know? Like I could just, if they play something, I could just pass and then I'm up a card. Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, there's really no point to go. Yeah, that's it. Duh. We just pass. Because I mean, we can always use this for maximum points on a future on a round 3 if they can somehow pull 27 points out of their hat with these 2 cards. It's doable, it's just going to be hard. Because they still have stockpile. These 2 cards need to synergize really well. Regis? Oh no, that's bad. Oh god, that's really bad actually. No! Why are you playing Regis? That is atrocious for me. Alright. My opponent is playing Regis! It is, nobody plays that card! Alright. So I think at that point we're looking at, we have to pass, and the question is, are we, like, theoretically I could play the crushing trap, pop it, damage for 2, turn it into a dead eye, and my opponent would be at 10, I'd be at 11. Obviously we'd be up. The question really, more importantly, is do I want this extra card in round 3 or not? I think we just give it to him here. Crazy. I mean, I guess this is a good deck for it. You can kind of facilitate it with like the ballistas and stuff. But I mean, we went really all in on the front lane trying to dodge the trebuchet. So hey, it worked out really well in their favor. So just not something you're really particularly expecting. All right, here we go. There's Merlega. We're not gonna get any value from it. We'll go ahead and I think we're gonna toss it back. I mean, it's still 7 points. None of these are gonna be better than 7 points. I think it's, yeah. That's just it. So whatever they play, we probably Etriel. And then we'd go Etriel, Incinerating Trap, Crushing Trap, and then set up the Vryhead, and then... No. Oh, that's Priscilla?
Are you certain?
Oh, that's obnoxious.
I do it differently.
Alright, because we want to be able to turn it into the thing, so we want to play this at least next turn. So it would be... So it'd actually be... Incinerating Trap now to blow up whatever they want to play with Priscilla. Yeah. So damage that by 5. Damage unit by 1. Damage unit by 2 instead. Okay. So now we go another trap. Have fun with those charges. Winch, boost an ally by 3 and give it 2 charges. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, actually, it's not so bad with Etriel. So then we go... Yeah, because we're going Etriel, damage by 3. Then we would end turn. It dies. Oh, wait, what? Why did it... What? Enemy units on the most row? Oh, Lord, so it's random otherwise? Okay, that's really bad. So it's gonna deal. Well, we actually might just get it anyways. It can only deal that much damage. For some reason, I thought it was on the road that you placed it on. Wow. Okay. So in that case, we would have. No, we still would have needed to make that play. But good news for us. We transform. We'll push this guy. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Oh, I suppose I could have just pushed this guy backwards because he's a melee only. Either way, not the cleanest game, but one that certainly demonstrates the exciting play in traps with Eldane. Setting traps for Santa has never been more fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.